All right, thank you for tuning in to another edition of the Vulcan Report. Basically, what we're going to be dealing with right now is tomorrow's log or in play for Tuesday's trading, which is August the 31st. All right, here it is. I want to start off with what we picked up, what our algorithms picked up in the market. Excuse me. During Monday's trading, we did pick up some high frequency trading bots and manipulation in 4 different securities. We picked it up in the following: the Ultra Gold ETF, the GLD ETF, the Ultra Short GDF, and the Mini Dow Futures contract. We picked up excuse me, some amassing of pretty substantial short positions. Now, as I pointed out in a previous video, this does not mean that the market necessarily is going to collapse or crash in the next day or two. I showed you the historical precedent for this particular algorithm, and it is pretty uncanny in its foretelling of market direction and activity. And based on what we're seeing here, we're seeing the bots at work, and it looks like they're building up short positions. So I want to warn that in the coming days we could see prices collapse in the Dow and in gold. All right, so that means we may have a brief window where gold is moving in tandem, lockstep with the stock market. All right, it doesn't have to make sense. It you just need to know that someone, somewhere, some entity, or whether it be the plunge protection team or whoever it is, they're operating, and positions were placed, and there was some order flow manipulation at work. Our algorithms picked it up, so I'm here to warn of what might come. Okay. Now, just looking at the technicals here, starting with the Dow futures. First of all, what you see here is you have this this box check under the PPT high frequency trading bot section. Okay, so we know that the activity did take place on Monday's trading. If we look at the trend in market depth, we're showing weakness or bearishness. All right, the Dow is in a bear trend. The fundamentals are actually in line with the technicals. It's bearish. We don't have a positive or negative swing VIX, so there's no indication that the trend is about to change anytime soon. As far as buying momentum or selling momentum in the market, we have neither. So that's a neutral reading. However, we do have a potential pulse wave in effect. This potential pulse wave is giving further support to the high frequency trading bot activity, which means that one or two things are going to happen. Normally, when we have a possible pulse wave scenario, it means that whatever the trend is, that is the direction of the break, unless we get a positive reading on the buy or sell side of momentum, or the positive or negative swing VIX. These are your turning points right here. All right, these are your trend changers or your potential game changers right here. Okay, that's what you look for: negative or positive swing VIX, negative or positive momentum. Okay, I would say the 99.14 is in jeopardy in the Dow. I would really look at that 99.14 level, and you could pretty much set your watch by it and put an order in to sell short the mini Dow futures at 99.14. That is your weekly breakout to the downside. Likewise, you can put a ticket in to go long at 10,161, because that means that if we break out at this price, you can expect the Dow to try to get back up to the 10,700 range. I'm just telling you how the thing works. All right, take it for what you will. Me, myself, and for my clients, this is how we use the system. On our weekly breakouts, we place both the long and the shorts because you don't know what can happen. I will say this: historical precedent does suggest that the markets like to break out in the direction of the overall trend. The only time you see a reversal is when you get your positive or negative momentum readings along with a positive or negative swing VIX. And in this case, we don't have that, okay? So again, I'm just putting it out there for you. Now for you gold bugs, okay? Again, I'm not suggesting that the market's going to go down tomorrow. I'm just saying look at the high frequency trading bot activity. Excuse me, you cannot deny that the algorithm picked up this activity, and I showed you in an earlier video that the accuracy is pretty uncanny. Now there have been times in the historical precedent where the market would move in a different direction. All right, so we don't know necessarily what direction is going to move out. My algorithms just pick up the activity. Okay, I spot the manipulation. That's all I can tell you. There was some activity going on, showing up in these 4 securities. All right, take it for what you will. All right, now let's take a look at what we're buying, possible candidates for tomorrow. All right, we have 4. We show that excuse me, there was some positive momentum readings in the ultra gold ETF. Okay, even though we had that bot activity showing up here, we also still have some positive momentum reading in there, and the trend is also positive, and we have good fundamentals behind the trend. So the overall trending goal we know is up, but we can't be stupid and ignore the potential threat to the downside. So I will watch this support here, okay? But likewise, you still have to obey the pulse wave. When you have pulse wave readings, you gotta take the trades. You gotta place both tickets. There's no way around it. So those of you who are uncomfortable with selling short, what I would do is I just go ahead and here in the GLL, the ultra short gold. If it were me, what I would probably do is I'd go in and I'd put in this buy ticket at 39.32 and put in this order here at the 55.13. Chances are, if gold if it is going to sell off, if these bots are correct in their projections, then you want to go ahead and put your trade on to short the gold by going long the ultra short gold ETF. Okay, which is what I'm going to be doing tomorrow. So I'm just putting it out here for you guys. All right. Likewise, in the Russell, we also have a pulse wave thing going on here, so you want to look to that. So in a nutshell, this is what you should be doing. When you have these pulse wave readings, these are your most powerful signals, and you can see we have potential pulse waves in quite a few things. All right, these are all ETFs for you, so you're not missing anything. You have the real estate, the semiconductor, the bonds, the commodities, the oil, the gold, and the silver, and the stock indexes. So you can take your pick which one you want to ride with. But just don't forget to place, when you have pulse waves, this is your primary signal, pulse wave. You got to place the buy and the sells. So the way to do that would be, if you have a buy, excuse me, if you have a pulse wave in one, then you got to put the opposite trade in the other. So if you think, like for instance in the Russell, you're going to go ahead and put a buy-in on the Russell and on the ultra short, and a buy-in on the ultra Russell. That's how you do that. Okay. Not to confuse you, I just put this here because some people actually like to try to sell short the actual securities too, if they're available. So if you're a maverick and you want to go ahead and do that, then you know, more power to you. That's why I put that here, just so you can see what I see. All right. So anyway, that's what we're doing tomorrow. Looks like the markets, like I said, we had an inside day today, and it looks like the markets are poised and getting ready to break out, and it could actually lead the way in the overnight market. So for those of you who have futures accounts, you're definitely going to want to pay attention to the overnight futures and see how those things move. You may want to make sure your tickets are working. The easy way to use this system is on Mondays, you're placing your buy and your sells. These post-wave indicators here, these are weekly support and resistance levels. So if filled, you're gonna make money on those, and that's where you can expect the institutions to come in alongside you and push those prices in your favor. It's very simple. It's a trend following breakout system. That's really all it is in a nutshell, okay? That's how I trade. That's what I do. If you want to survive in this arena, in this business, the only way to do it is to be a trend follower and trade the breakouts. It's just that simple. It's either markets are trending and breaking out or they're not. And when they're not, you're not going to get filled. But you still got to place the tickets. You got to trade the markets. And when the markets are ready, they'll come to you and they'll pay you. All right? It's just that simple. Some people doubt that. But trust me, I've been doing this a long time. This is how the markets work. Again, I'll give you an example. Here's the Russell, right? Just to give you an idea. All right? Here's your weekly support and resistance, right? What happened here? On August 26th, you put your ticket in like you're supposed to each and every day for the next day. The next day, well, what happened? The next day, the market broke down and paid you. It actually broke out from the pulse wave, and it paid you. That's how these markets work. Okay. When you get it, when you get it, you got to trade it, and you put the orders in as good till cancels orders to work that week, and then they're adjusted as each and every day goes by. Sometimes the prices are adjusted, like on this one here. You see this 63.43 on the breakout side and 60.38 on the downside. Well, that actually held for several days before the market actually decided to break out. And in the meantime, it didn't get you in there. You didn't catch nothing. Market didn't do nothing. Okay? And that's what you want. You don't want to be in there when it's not doing anything. Now here, would have paid you a few cents here. You could have made a little bit of money, moved your stop, or walked away with a little something. And that would have been cool. But you see my point. You got to be in there. You got to be in it to win it. All right? If you don't do it, you're not gonna get paid. The market will not pay you. So you got to be patient. You got to put your tickets in. You got to execute correctly if you want to make money. And that's just the way it works, okay? So remember, that's why I always say, I always in my videos the same way, I tell you, take what you can, give nothing back. Even if it ain't but 50 cents, take the 50 cents, get the heck out, and wait for your next signal. It's just that simple, man. If you want to have longevity and make the real money and be around for when the big moves come, the only way to do it is to be smart and trade these markets correctly, okay? So remember, be encouraged, take what you can, give nothing back. I'll go ahead and upload this to the website so that you can download it and peruse it at your leisure. Peace out.